They set up the single dad as a joke on a blind date with an obese girl. His words left them in tears. Nobody warned Marcus about what his coworkers had planned. They thought it was funny. They thought it was harmless. They had no idea that what happened that Friday evening at a small Italian restaurant in Columbus, Ohio, would change 4 lives forever, including their own. Sometimes the cruelest jokes become the most beautiful stories. And this is one of them. Before we dive in, if stories like this move you, inspire you, or remind you that humanity still has good in it, hit that subscribe button and join our family here at Heartfelt Moments. Give this video a like, drop a comment below telling us what kindness has meant in your life, and let's keep spreading the good together. Marcus Delaney was 34 years old, a warehouse supervisor, and a full-time single dad to his 7-year-old daughter, Lily. His wife had walked out 2 years earlier, and since then, Marcus had been doing everything alone: school pickups, homework, Saturday morning pancakes, and bedtime stories. He didn't have time to date. He barely had time to breathe. His co-workers, a group of guys who thought they were funnier than they actually were, decided Marcus needed a push. They told him they had found someone perfect for him. A woman named Claire. Sweet, they said. Lovely, they said. They set up a reservation, told Marcus to show up at 7, and snickered all the way back to the workstations. What they didn't tell Marcus was that they had approached Claire under false pretenses too. They had told her a handsome man was interested in meeting her, someone kind and genuine. What they really wanted was to watch from a nearby table, as Marcus, a man they considered out of their league in looks, reacted to meeting a woman they had cruelly decided was beneath theirs. Claire Bennett was 31. She worked as a librarian, loved mystery novels, and baked sourdough bread on Sunday mornings. She was also, by society's shallow standards, overweight, and to these men, that was the punchline. Marcus arrived at the restaurant first. He straightened his collar, took a breath, and waited. When the hostess walked Claire to the table, Marcus stood up immediately. That was just who he was. His mother had raised him right. Claire saw something flicker across his face. She was used to that flicker. She had been on enough dates to know what that brief pause meant. She braced herself for the excuse, the sudden phone call, the "why just remembered I have somewhere to be." But Marcus smiled. A real smile. He extended his hand and said, "Claire, I'm Marcus, it's really nice to meet you." She shook his hand carefully, waiting for the catch. They sat down. At the table nearby, 3 of Marcus's co-workers hunched behind menus, phones ready to capture the awkwardness they expected to unfold. But the awkwardness never came. Marcus asked Claire what she did for work, and his eyes actually lit up when she said she was a librarian. He told her his daughter Lily was obsessed with books. That she had made him read Charlotte's Web 4 times. Claire laughed, a real laugh, and said Charlotte's Web was what made her fall in love with reading in the 3rd grade. They talked about books, and then about Lily, and then about the neighborhood where Marcus grew up, which happened to be 10 minutes from where Claire's grandmother still lived. They discovered they had probably passed each other 100 times in life without knowing it. The co-workers shifted in their seats. This wasn't going the way they planned. An hour into dinner, one of them, a man named Derek, made a mistake. He laughed too loudly at something his friend whispered, and Marcus recognized the sound. He turned, he saw Derek. He saw the other 2. And he understood immediately what had happened. Marcus was quiet for a moment. Claire noticed his expression change, and followed his gaze. She put it together too. Her face fell. She reached for her purse. "I'm sorry," she said softly. "I didn't know." "Neither did I," Marcus said. He reached across the table gently, not grabbing, just offering. "But I'm glad I'm here." She stopped. Marcus turned fully toward the table where his co-workers sat. The restaurant had quieted slightly. He didn't yell. He didn't perform. He spoke calmly, clearly, and with the kind of quiet conviction that only comes from a man who means every word. "I don't know what you thought was going to happen tonight," he said. "But I've spent the last hour talking to someone smart, funny, and genuinely kind. Someone who loves the same book my daughter has made me read 4 times. And if you set this up thinking that was a joke, I feel sorry for you. Because you almost made me miss something really good." Derek opened his mouth. Nothing came out. A woman at the table beside them started crying quietly. An older gentleman near the window began to clap. Slowly, a few others joined in. Claire was crying too. Marcus turned back to her, picked up his menu, and said, "I was thinking about the lasagna. What do you think?" She laughed through her tears and said the lasagna was the right choice. They stayed for dessert. And then for coffee. Marcus texted the babysitter to ask for another hour. She said yes. 3 months later, Lily told Claire she liked when she came over because the house smelled like fresh bread. 6 months after that, Marcus said he had never expected to find someone who made the ordinary feel extraordinary. Claire said she had stopped believing that was possible for her. The coworkers never lived it down, but to their credit, Derek eventually apologized. Genuinely, and Marcus, being Marcus, accepted it. Kindness isn't weakness, it isn't naivety, it is the single most courageous thing a person can offer in a world that often rewards cruelty with laughs. Marcus didn't perform kindness that night, he simply refused to let someone be made to feel small. And in doing so, he opened a door that changed everything. You have that same power, every single day. Never underestimate what one kind moment can set in motion.